Sometimes you let it in, sometimes you'll get it. Don't wait for the sun, don't wait for the sun. Baby, don't leave me, just dance and believe in it. Don't cross the line, let the temperature rise now. Here in the moonlight, don't wait for the sun, don't wait for the sun. Baby, don't leave me, just dance and believe in it. Get on up, baby, you'll get it. Get on up, baby, you'll get it. Get on up, baby, come on, let's get it on. Let me show you how. Assume I'm right. Sometimes just let it, sometimes just let it. Don't wait for the sun, don't wait for the sun.
Here's some advice. Better done than perfect. And what's perfect anyway? Your perfect looks different than my perfect. And, forget it. What's perfect? Just get out of your comfort zone and do. And just start and get started, and you will feel better. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. This is where you do it from the privacy of your own home, moving your body so you feel good for the rest of your day. But the most important thing is do what's right for your body, your unique body. Everybody's body is different. Some of us can do things, others of us can't quite do things. That's all right. The ticket is to modify. Modify, modify, modify. Don't hurt your body. If one of these poses hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. Take it to a lesser percent. Don't make it any harder than it is. It's not hard. Be happy with what you have. Do what you can. Who cares what the poses look like? What matters is how it feels for you. Just don't hurt yourself. All right, how's that for a pep talk? Here's the challenge today. The challenge today is no criticism. Don't pass any judgment on yourself or on the poses. Just do it. Just have fun. Use some props to help you help you do it. The props we always use. 1, 2 yoga blocks. You can use them or not use them. It's up to you. They help bring the ground up to you, and they sometimes make poses more challenging or more accessible. So they're just great practice partners. A strap. You might want to use a yoga strap. Have some water handy. An eye shade and a towel are great for final Shavasana and for slipping under your knees. Those are the props you need, or nothing at all. Just do. Here's a word to think about today as you practice. It's energy. Energy means the capacity for activity, and you have it. So just stoke it on up today as we come on up to a standing position to begin this practice. Your practice. Every day our practices are different. You know that. So check us out every single day. We do it live, 1 hour all the way through. It's just like coming to a real class. So you are standing yet? All right, once you're standing, let's lock in a word. Let's lock in a number in our mind. You got the energy going. Let's lock in that number, stress number. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, we're standing now. So we're here. We're standing right here. Good. Let's lock in a number. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. What is the stress in your body right now? Strike a pose of confidence. Spread your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance. Hands on your hips. Let's send your shoulders back and down as your chest lifts up to the sky, really strong. You are standing here strong. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big sighing breath out through your mouth as you just let some tension go. Let's pop on up to the balls of our feet. Start to rise on up. Get a little taller, an inch or two. Come up on the balls of your feet. Find your strength here in your foundation. This little warm-up we do just about every single day. You probably know it really well by now. That's good. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So find your confidence here. A chair, you could have that handy. You could sit down and do some of these poses, even our warrior poses when we do those. You can do them seated in a chair. Make it work for you. So just find the right rhythm so you can keep the practice flowing. So keep the energy flowing in you and just have fun. Big breath in. And big breath out. Let's come up high onto the balls of the feet and just hold it here for a second with your heels right behind your toes. Maybe come on up a little bit higher and hold it. And when you're ready, slowly, 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 with control, because you're in control, come down onto your heels. Lift your toes on up and give them a little wiggle. Bring your legs a little bit closer together. Send your arms high up to the sky. This is Tadasana, extended mountain pose. Reach through your fingers, root into your feet, lengthen up. Interlace your fingers, palms to the sky, a gentle palm tree pose. Moving your spine sideways, swaying back and forth. Breathe in, breathe out. When you sigh out any expectations you have. Don't be critical of yourself saying, oh, I wish I could go really far in this pose. Let it go. Just let it go. You're here. That's what counts. Remember, it doesn't matter how slow you go. It just matters that you're going. Just don't stop. Breathe. All right, bring your hands to your low back now. Fingers pointing down, elbows squeezed towards your spine. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet as you take a little gentle back bend. Maybe you look directly overhead, lifting your chest up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Fold forward, little bend in your knees. That's a nice modification. Arms hang toward the earth. Look down toward your knees. Let the crown of your head hang toward the earth. Big breath in, big breath out. Maybe move your knees a little bit. When you're ready, arms sweep out to the side and you come on back up to that standing position. Find length in your arms. Tadasana, extended mountain. Exhale, soften in the shoulders. Bring the arms down and start to do some big arm circles. Arm circles with the fingers pointing to the sides of your room. Arm circles in one direction. Add in the knees, bend them, and move. Maybe your arm circles aren't too big. Maybe the bends in your knees aren't too big, but it's more than doing nothing at all. And that's what we're after, just a little bit of movement. Take your arm circles in the other direction. Remember, you don't have to do a lot. In fact, there's an article. I just posted it in our private group, Friends of 316 Yoga. Ask and I'll let you in. Friends of 316 Yoga on Facebook. The article says just 10 minutes of walking a day can turn back the clock of time and make you feel younger, make you look younger. All right, come on up to standing. Stand here, shoulders back, maybe the eyes closed. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Blood is starting to flow, and then start to turn from side to side. Big coat swing. Arms really long down by your side. They're just swinging, tapping your hip, tapping your backside. Look over your shoulder. Maybe take the look a little farther. Nice controlled twist of your torso. Breathe. So this article says just 10 minutes of walking a day. It lengthens the telomeres in your body, which they say can turn back the clock of time. 16 years is what it claims. I don't know how they found that number, but your biological age as opposed to your chronological age could be turned back the clock of time by 16 years with just 10 minutes of walking a day. Sounds pretty good. Add in your yoga, you're going to live forever. Breathe. All right, arms, slow them on down. Come back to standing. Bring your hands to prayer center. Close your eyes and lengthen up through the crown of your head. Shoulders are soft and relaxed. This is your Samastitihi pose. This is where you just take a moment to thank yourself for being on your mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. A little moment of self-love here. Deep breath in and deep breath out, knowing that you can do this practice because you modify it to make it work for you. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Gently blink, your eyes open. Let's take our extended mountain pose, reaching your arms high up to the sky. Breathe, exhale, hands through prayer center. Take a forward fold position. Fingers toward the earth, little bend in your knees. Work your feet so they're about hip width distance apart. Bend your elbows, bringing your hands to opposite elbow creases. Let the crown of your head hang heavy as you look back towards your knees. How does that bend in the knees feel? I think it kind of deepens the pose. See what you think. Gaze back towards your knees or your belly button, and then start to sway gently from side to side in your unique ragdoll pose. Breathe. So, in your ragdoll pose, oh, you feel it up your backside, don't you? Feels really good in your hips. It alleviates tension in your low back. Breathe. Your ragdoll pose. Finish up. Come to stillness at the midline of your body. Wiggle your toes off of your mat. Bring your hands down to your mat. Bend your knees. Child's pose. Child's pose, you can use a block or no block at all. Knees can be together or spread apart. With the knees together or spread apart, your big toes still meet each other and your hips go back toward your heels. The arms are different here. If your toes are together and your knees are together, your arms come down by your sides with your palms face up, sinking your forehead down to your block, finding length in your spine as the crown of your head lengthens to the front of your room and the tailbone to the back. If you're in that extended child's pose with your knees spread wide, hips are still back on your heels, but this time your arms reach long to the top of your mat. Big breath in. And big sighing breath out, let the tension go. Find length from crown of the head through the tailbone. Breathe. When you're ready, if you'd like, close your lips and adopt the Ujjayi Pranayama way of breathing. To do that, close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose only, as it helps build heat in your body. In through the nose and out through the nose. If you like it, try it. If you don't like it, breathe any way you like, but keep your breath long. Long inhales, long exhales. Inhale, exhale. Child's pose, come back to it anytime if you want to take a break, because all kinds of good things are happening here. Knees are getting a nice bend, so are the ankles. Quadriceps are loving it. Shoulders are loving it. And your spine is lengthening. All good things. Give yourself permission to come here anytime you like. When you're ready, slide your hands underneath your shoulders, straighten your legs, press on up to a downward facing dog. In a downward facing dog, feet are hip width distance apart, heels slightly elevated. Hands are shoulder width distance apart, fingers spread wide. Head is heavy. Shake it out and gaze back toward your knees if you can. Breathe. Head is hanging heavy. Maybe glance up toward your navel. Start to pedal out your heels, one heel toward the earth and the other. Tailbone, send it higher, up to the sky so your body looks like an inverted V. When you're ready, still your feet. We're going to come back to this often. Know this pose. Walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Sweep your arms out to the sides and roll on up. Come on up to standing and bring your arms on up high to an extended mountain pose. Lengthen through your fingers. We've done this before. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Hands through prayer center. Fold forward. Fingers toward the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. What is that? It's bringing your hands to your shins, your knees, whatever works for you to create a flat back like a tabletop. Roll your shoulders on back so your back is flat. Again, lengthen through your tailbone and the crown of your head. When you're ready, fold forward, fingers toward the earth, walk your hands forward. Let's do our first Chaturanga Dandasana. So, send your legs back, send the weight more into your arms as you come into a high plank pose. High plank. Now, you could always drop to your knees. Give yourself permission to do that if that feels better for you. I'm going to go from high plank to low plank. Bend the elbows, hover above the earth. Then press the earth away. Come onto the tops of your feet for an upward facing dog. You can come down to your knees anytime you want. Upward facing dog, then we'll take it back to a down dog. So flip your feet back to a natural position. Press your hips high to the sky as you press into the earth. Now there's your down dog. Pedal it out. Let's do it again. Still your heels. Walk your feet or your hands to meet each other. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain, Tadasana. Exhale, hands through prayer center. Fold forward, fingers toward the earth. Gaze back to your knees. On the inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Walk them forward. Take your high plank. Remember, maybe take it on your knees. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's all good. Pedal it out. Breathe and shake your neck. Still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Last time for this sun A. Exhale, hands through prayer center, forward fold. Let the air out of your belly. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, walk them forward. Maybe it's high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. Pedal it out. You're strong. Shake your neck. Loosen up. Send that tension in the neck away. Still your heels. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Lengthen up through your fingertips. Let's go into a sun salutation B. What is that? It begins with a chair pose called Utkatasana. Bend your knees and sink on down. Parallel arms, reach. Sink your bottom down, lower, lower, lower. Reach through your fingers. Exhale, sit lower, lower, lower. Maybe shift the weight back into your heels a little bit more. Lengthen through your fingers and hold here in your chair pose. One more big inhale. Lengthen, energy through the fingers. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. We know this one. I'm going to turn here. Hands on your shins. Lengthen through your spine. fold forward, Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press into the earth. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Right foot in between the two front hands. Come on up to standing. Plant both feet on the mat. Left foot is at a 90 or 45-degree angle, but it's flat. Right foot, right toes point forward. Wiggle your right toes more forward and sink on down. Really try to sink into this right leg, bringing the thigh more parallel to the earth. Right toes, maybe wiggle them up more toward the top of your mat. Look at your right knee. Is it over your right ankle? Get comfortable, as far as comfort can go. Come on up to a standing position with your shoulders over your hips. Adjust your hips, maybe. Everybody's hips are built a little different. Maybe you can bring your left hip back a little bit more, then tee out your arms. As your arms are teed out, think of squeezing your legs together. Feel the strength in the inner thighs. Squeeze the mat together and hold on here. Arms are reaching, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, settle in, perhaps a little bit lower. Turn your head, look over your right middle finger. Breathe, lengthen up. And as you exhale this time, reach, reach, reach forward. Tick-tock your arms 6 and 12. Keep that right knee over the right ankle. Right arm goes down toward the earth. Left arm goes up like arms of a clock. Look up to the 12 o'clock position. That hand. Breathe. Nice big stretch on the left side. Reach through the fingers, all 10 fingers reaching, opposing each other very much. Inhale, come on up to standing reverse warrior. Right arm goes high, left arm comes down your back leg. Same thing, reach, reach, reach in both directions. You've got it? That's your reverse warrior. Let's cartwheel our arms now, surrounding that right front foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. You're in a high plank position. Let's do low plank. Inhale, press into your arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, hips are high. Maybe a pedal or two, feels good. When you're ready, same thing, but now on your left side. Kick your left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge in between your two hands. Rise on up, right foot plants, arms tee out, sink into your left knee. Left knee over left ankle, settle in here. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Breathe, arms are teed out, squeeze that mat like there's no tomorrow. Take a big breath in and a big breath out, settle in. Inhale, lengthen, look over your left middle finger. When you're ready, reach far to the front of your room, tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Bottom arm pushes the left thigh open, arms reach in opposite directions, and you look up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm comes down the back leg, right arm goes up. Stretch, breathe, find length, a little more length between all 10 fingers. When you're ready, cartwheel your arms, surround your left foot goes back to meet the right. High plank, maybe on your knees. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, hips are high. Pedal it out. We'll do it again. Walk your hands to meet your feet, or your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, sink into your chair pose. Lengthen and sit back. You could be literally sitting in a chair. It's all good. You can take these same poses seated. Lengthen and sink. Lengthen up one more time. Exhale, hands to prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Your back is strong. Length, nice and flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe it's high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, high hips. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Right toes point forward. You come up to standing. Left foot goes down. Whew. Wiggle the right toes to the top of the mat. Sink into your warrior legs. Squeeze the mat. Tee out your arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Look up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana if you like, or just meet back in your downward facing dog. You do you, and be happy with what you can do. We meet back in a downward facing dog. Pedal it out a little bit. No tension, let it go. When you're ready, left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Inhale, rise on up. Warrior two, sink low, breathe here, adjust. You're perfect just the way you are. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach, then tick-tock. Breathe, look up. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm down, left arm up. Breathe. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot meets right. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog to down dog. Breathe. Adjust your dog. Heels, pedal them out. Shake your neck. No tension in your neck. Push into the earth. Tailbone higher. Breathe. When you're ready, bend your knees. Come on down. Hover your knees above your mat just for a second or two. Then come on down, all the way down to your mat. Grab a seat, and we're going to do crow. We're going to do crow before we do our other little core things. I'm going to grab a drink of water. Maybe you'd like to grab a drink too. All right, how you doing? You're strong. Those Chaturanga Dandasana poses, either taken on your knees or not, really give you strength. It's like when we do planks other days of the week. Really strengthens your upper body, and that's important. And planks give you strength all over. All right, here's another one for good core strength. It's called crow, and it's fun. All right, try it. See what you think. I use 2 blocks for my crow because it makes it a little bit easier, and I like it. All right, so here's the deal. 1 block, stable height, top of your mat. 2nd block, stable height, about however far apart, the length of your torso. You'll figure this out as you get here. Come to stand on the back block or no blocks at all. Totally fine. Stand on the block, bend your knees, and come on down. Knees go wide to the sides of your mat. All right, so maybe you just want to hang out here on your block. Kind of fun. Kind of fun. Maybe this is where you stay today. You could also not be doing this on a block at all. Totally fine to do it on the ground. I find that I like the little bit of extra lift to help me get into my crow pose. Block in front. That's what we're going to aim our head for. Hands, bring them down to your mat. Have them nice and flat on your mat. My arms are short, so I have to hinge pretty far forward. What you want to do is place your knees on the back of your triceps. So work your hands forward, knees on the back of your triceps, but be tight. Stay strong here. Don't let the knees just rest on the triceps. Kind of give the triceps a bit of a squeeze. All right, hinge the weight forward. Right here is plenty of a challenge. I'm gonna have to move my block a little bit forward because I wanna aim my forehead for it. All right, hinge forward, come on down, bring your head onto the block. Maybe stay right here, maybe lift 1 foot and or the other. Breathe, hold, there's your crow pose. You can do away with the block at your head. You can do away with the block at your feet. You decide, find your balance in your little inversion here. If you fall out, no big deal, get right back in. When you're ready, come on out. All right, that is a confidence booster. You know, you have to be your strongest when you're at your weakest, and you got to challenge yourself once in a while. You're not going to go very far. You're on the ground like doing a somersault when you're a kid. All right, that was crow. We'll do it again another day. Come on down to a seated position. Let's do some little core things for our bellies. All right, soles of the feet touch. Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups is what these are called. Soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. The outsides of the knees kind of fall toward the earth. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, and then try to come back with control all the way down. Maybe pause a little bit here and there. Ooh, your core is strong. You just did crow. Your core is strong. Come all the way down to your mat. And when you're down here, hike your heels up a little closer to your groin if that's your thing. If it doesn't feel good, keep them further away. All right, bend your elbows, fingertips lightly on your temples. Elbows squeezed back toward the earth, and so are your knees. When you're ready, Maybe breathe in and out of your mouth. Let some of that heat go. When you're ready, on an exhale, peel your chin up to the sky and then come on down. Reason why we do the chin, it keeps your neck nice and straight and in alignment with the rest of your spine so you're not craning your neck. Lift and lower. This is said to work the low abs. I don't know how you isolate the low abs that much. I feel it all in my belly. Breathe, lift and lower. The reason why you come up on the exhale is because then your belly's kind of hollowed out and you can come up higher. If you try to come up with a full belly, you don't come up as high. Lift and lower. Breathe. Let's finish here. Let's do bicycle. Lots of ways to do bicycle. Maybe you want to keep your shoulders down. Bend your knees and have them meet at the midline of your body. Lift your legs on up, bringing your knees over your hips. Draw your toes towards your shins and ride a recumbent bike. Drive through the heels. There you go. You can keep the shoulders down. If you'd like to keep the feet down, feet are on the mat, knees up toward the sky. Fingers back to the temples. Exhale, lift, and then start to bring one elbow toward one knee, opposite knee, then toward the other. Breathe. Maybe that feels good. Another way to do it is combine it all together, the melange. Bring the knees over the hips, draw the toes toward the shin, and do your bicycle here. Work one leg out while the other is straight, and then work opposite elbows toward opposite knee. Whew. Another variation. We did this for a long time yesterday. Scissor kick them. Straighten your legs. Kick. One leg goes up, one leg goes down. Elbow toward opposite knee. Breathe. Oh my goodness. Breathe. Let's finish here because we're going to do boat. Send your legs long. Arms high overhead. Stretch it out in a stick pose. Toes point, fingers point. Breathe. Wiggle your hips. Feels good. All right. Boat pose. You can use a strap here if you want. We did yesterday. Today, I'm not going to use it. If you want to use it and know how to use it, go for it. Today, I'm going to bend my knees, bring my hands behind my hamstrings, low. So I'm right above the backs of my knees. I'm going to rock and roll up multiple times just because it's fun. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia or other conditions with your bones or your spine, check with your doctor. She or he will not want you rocking on your spine, but just check it out. Ask them. They know best. You know best. Listen to your body. All right, rock and roll up. Come on up to a seated position. But in this seated position, squeeze your shoulders back so your back is flat. Lean on back like you're in a recliner. It's that time of year. Bring your hands behind your knees. Maybe lift one foot up and or the other. Maybe lift them both on up. Don't let your shoulders round. Chest is lifted. Hold on here. Breathe. Legs are straight. Boat pose, strong pose. When you're ready, if you'd like, remove your hands and reach towards your fingers. Hold, lift out of your chest, turn up the sides of your mouth and put a smile on. Why not? You can do this. Yes, you can. Lift your arms up a little higher, higher, higher. Breathe, reach, bend your knees. Come back to hands in a prayer position and hold it right here. We're going to row this boat. You could bring your feet down if you want, or keep them right here. One elbow toward the earth, then the other. A little twist, little twist, little twist. That's rowing your boat. Let's finish. Come back to center. Hug your knees in. Soles of your feet on your mat. Hug your heels in up towards your bottom. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Breathe. Hollow out your belly. Bring your chin or your forehead towards your knees. Maybe pop on up to your toes. Maybe take the weight out of your feet and balance here. Finish. Feet come down. Crisscross at the ankles. See you in a downward facing dog. All right, so come on up to your down dog. Up to your down dog. Down to your up dog. All right, up to your downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Stretch your calves. Push into the earth. Breathe. Tailbone lifted. Nice and high. Finish. Still your feet. Let's go into our lunge series. Good for your hips. In this pose, you're going to stretch out your hip flexors. So when you're ready, on an inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. As you exhale, bring that leg down and bring the right toes facing the front of your mat in between your two front hands, just like we did in a warrior two pose. But the difference here is our feet. All 10 toes are pointing forward. Your back heel is slightly lifted. Right knee over the right ankle. Come on up to standing. Now let's bend both knees deeply as is right for you. Left knee comes on down. You know, another trick you could do if you don't like this on the knees so much, your back knee, you could place a block there and bring the knee to rest on the back knee to rest on that block. Feels really nice, encouraging your stability. All right, right knee over right ankle. You are here in your lunge with or without the block on your back knee. It's okay, you decide. You could always drop the back knee down to the earth as well. Lift out of your arms, hold here in your lunge. Reach through the fingers, take a little back bend. Come back, fingers up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Let's take a twist. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Hands are stacked, elbows are stacked. You're looking down at your right toes. Stay low in your lunge or all the way down on the back knee. Lengthen through your spine and exhale, twist. Twist to the right to look at your hands. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Maybe look to your elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Finish up. Come on down to your back knee, hands back to prayer center, hands inside the right front foot. Wiggle your right toes all the way up to the top right corner of your mat as we do a runner's lunge. Toes are at the top right corner. Send your left leg long and straight on your mat. Here's where you could use a towel or maybe your eye shade under your knee to cushion it. Hands are inside the right foot. Top of the left foot is on your mat. Right toes, maybe you open it up onto the pinky edge side of that foot. This is your runner's lunge. Just think of the mobility that you're giving your hips. Press into the earth, stay right here. You could use a block. Press your hands into the block. Press your forearms into the block if that feels good. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the left leg, you got it. You can slip down to no block at all, breathe. Let's come out of it. It's a quick practice. We don't hold these poses very long. Press on up into your hands. We're gonna send the right leg back to meet the left. Your left arm is gonna be your foundation now. Left shoulder over left wrist. Let's come into a side plank. Lots of ways to do this. You can be down on your left knee. Right leg can be long, right arm can go high to the sky, maybe even lift the right leg. Another variation, both legs are long, inside ankles glued shut. Send your right arm high, look up, push into the earth, hips are lifted, side plank. Finish up, hands come down, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, breathe. When you're ready, your left leg now kicks high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Remember, we're doing the same thing on the other side. You can put that block behind your back knee. Rise on up, chest is facing the short side of your mat. Bend into the knees, arms go up, lengthen. Stay right here if you like. Take a baby back bend if you like. Arms go back up to center, lengthen up. Exhale, hands to prayer center. This time, right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked, elbows stacked. You look down at your left toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Lengthen and twist. Maybe you're down on the bottom knee. It's all good. Twist, twist, twist. And then finish. Slowly come back to center. Back knee comes down. Hands come down. Left toes. Wiggle to the top left corner of your mat. Right leg goes long on your mat. Breathe here. Big stretch in your hips. We prepare for this every other day of the week. So come back and check out our practices. Every day will get you stronger, I promise. All right, press into your hands. I know that's a big deal, right? Promising, but it's true. Your yoga will make you stronger and more flexible. Hands are on the inside. Left foot. Come onto the pinky edge side of your foot. Press into the earth and hold it right here. Use the block any way you want. Maybe underneath your hands. Maybe down on your forearms. Or maybe press all the way down to the earth. Breathe. Let's finish. Hands press back into straightened arms. We're going to use the right arm as the foundation for the side plank here. So think about it for a second. Right shoulder over right wrist. Left leg goes back to meet the right. Come into your variation of a side plank. Right arm is strong. Maybe you're on your bottom knee. Maybe you lift here. Maybe you lift the back leg as well. Perhaps ankles are glued together. Lift out of your arms. One straight line in the arms. Look up. Breathe. Lift hips a little higher. Finish. Hands come down. Come back to your down dog. Pedal it out. Breathe. Walk your feet to meet your hands, or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain, lengthen. You got it. Now, hands to your hips, legs spread wide. Pinky edge side of your foot to the short sides of your mat. Tee out your arms. We'll do Pasarita Padahastasana. Arms are teed out. Lengthen up through your chest. Big breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. Fold forward. Hands capture your calves. Crown of the head toward the earth. Hold on to your calves. Little bend in your knees. Feels really good. Breathe. Strong arms. Pull on your calves. Breathe. Shake your neck a little bit. Let it be heavy. Soften in your shoulders, yet pull hard in your arms. Pasarita Padahastasana. As you're ready, tee out your arms with a flat back. Come on, up, 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 up to a standing pose. Bring your hands together in prayer. Try to bring one foot to meet the other as we go into some more balancing poses. Let's do the three we're very familiar with on this day of the week. Tree, eagle, and dancer. All right, so for your tree pose, maybe you've got your chair nearby. Nice to have the balance there. I'm going to root into the right foot and take the weight out of the left. Bring the sole of the foot up, up, up to however high you like. Maybe up into the thigh, but just not on the knee. In your tree pose, press the foot into the leg, leg into the tree. Hands to prayer center. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Grow your branches if you like. Sway your branches. Breathe. You're strong, strongly rooted into that right foot. You're not going anywhere. You've got strength. Come on, you've got the energy. You can do it. Maybe a little blink that takes a little bit longer than normal. Close your eyes and see how you can hold your balance here. When you're finished, when you're ready, hands back to prayer center. Knee, let it come back to the front of your room. Then plant the left foot to meet the right. Lengthen up here in your Samastitihi pose. In fact, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Come back to what you told yourself in the beginning. Positive thoughts. You can do it. Don't give up. Just keep with it. Everything you're doing is just fine. Root into your left foot. Blink your eyes open. Weight out of your right. Slide the foot up, up, up to wherever is right for you. Maybe that chair is a great partner to practice with. Why not? Why not? All right, bring the foot to wherever is comfortable for you. Drive the outside of the knee toward the back of the room, yet both hips should be equidistant to the front of your room. Hands to prayer center. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you grow your branches and you sway them. All these big maybes. Maybe, 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 right? Glance up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Focus. You gotta focus. You can't be thinking about anything else. You gotta hold this balance. Maybe try to close your eyes. Take a little blink that's longer than normal. When you're ready, hands back to prayer center. Guide the right knee to the front of the room. Plant the right foot and left foot solidly on the ground. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Eagle pose, Garandasana. You can do it seated in a chair. You can take it in parts. You can just do the upper body or just do the lower body or put them all together for some fun. All right, here's how we start. Hands at prayer center. Start to bend your knees. Bend your knees. Sit on back into your bottom. Hold it right here. This is a chair pose. Send your arms parallel to each other, reaching long to the front of your room. There's your chair pose. Variations in the arms if you want. Hands to opposite shoulders. Hands to prayer center. Always a good place to be. Or lengthen up through your arms. Sit low in your legs. Let's do the legs first. Take your right arm, or take your right leg, lift it up and cross the right leg over the left. Top of the right foot, maybe you hook it behind your left calf. Arms are reaching. Now let's take the right arm, sweep it under the left, and bring your palms to touch. Squeeze your elbows down and look over your fingertips. Sink low. You want your chest forward, your gaze forward, not down like you're going off a diving board. Gazing forward, holding on, squeezing the elbows down, squeezing tightly into the knees. Hold. That's your eagle pose. Let's bring the right foot down. Arms sweep on up. Just kind of extend and open up in your mountain pose, extended mountain pose. Other side, same pose. Bend your knees. What do you want to do with your arms? Shoulders, prayer, whatever. I'm going to lengthen through mine. I'm going to take my left arm, sweep it under my right. Palms to touch, elbows squeeze down. I feel it in my shoulders. Gaze over your fingertips. Sink low. Right foot is your foundation now. Left leg lifts up, a little or a lot. Cross the legs. Maybe top of the left foot comes behind the right calf. Sink low, squeeze low, hold. You got it. Squeeze, squeeze tightly. How tight can you go? Let it feel good. You're going to release all that synovial fluid in just a moment. It's going to feel so good on your joints. Finish. Left foot down. Arms go up. Whew. Extended mountain. How do you feel? Life is good, right? Reach through your fingers. We're going to go right into dancer pose, a fun pose. All right, here's how you do it. Stay rooted in your feet. Right arm, start to circle it around and around and around to the back of your room. Lengthen up through your left arm. Breathe. Maybe you stay right here. I'm going to put the weight into my left foot. I'm going to bend my right knee, and when my hand comes around, I'm going to take all 5 fingers of my right hand and reach inside my right foot. I'm going to bring my knees back together, then I'm going to re-lengthen up, lengthen. Then I'm going to kick hard into my back hand. As I kick into my back hand, my left arm reaches forward as a counterbalance. Kick to the back wall, kick up to the sky, breathe, and then finish. Right foot comes down, both arms go back up, start to circle the left arm to the back of your room. Keep circling it back. Maybe that is where you stay, and that's good enough. Good enough is good enough. Reach up through your right fingers. Keep that arm circling. Weight into your right foot. Weight out of your left leg. Reach around, capture the inside of the left foot this time with all 5 fingers. Take a moment. Bring the knees back together. Lengthen up. Breathe. Put a smile on your face. Dancer. Kick into your left hand. Kick. Right arm reaches forward. Nice counterbalance. You're strong. You could also have a chair here if you want. Reach for the top of your chair. Breathe, kick back and up. Finish. Right foot meets left. Hands back to prayer center. That gets your heart going, doesn't it? Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up. Exhale, soften up. All right, time to do our extended mountain pose. Lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands through prayer center. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your shins. Back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank. Maybe on your knees, low plank. Press into the earth, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, hips are high. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Time for Ekapada Rajakapotasana, that is half pigeon. As you exhale, right knee to the right wrist. Left leg slides back long, top of the left foot on your mat. Find a block, have it in your hand. Bring your right shin, maybe a little more parallel to the top of your mat. Press into the earth or take the block and slip it under your right glute. Keeps you honest, keeps your hips equal distant. Press into the earth, gaze forward, you got it. Left leg is long and the toes are reaching even more for the back of that mat. Bend your elbows perhaps, slip on down. Hands can stack, elbows to the sides of your mat. Rest your head on your hands or a block. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, settle in. Big hip opener. Begin by sighing it out through your mouth on an exhale. Let it go. Shoulders are soft, hips are soft. A lot of the tension we hold in our hips isn't so much musculature as it is in your head. Think of your hips broadening, softening, finding space. We don't stay here very long because it's a vinyasa flow practice, but join us on Thursdays and Sundays to hold this pose longer and miracles will happen. It's that time of year. Press into your hands. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Tuck your back toes towards your shin. Remove your block to the other side of your body. Send the right leg back to meet the left in a three-legged down dog. Shake out this right leg. Let it feel good. Then plant the right foot. You're back to down dog. Breathe, adjust, pedal it out for a moment or two. Let's do the other side. Still your legs. Left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it on through and bring your left knee to your left wrist. Sink the right leg long, top of the right foot on the mat. Right hand helps the left shin get a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Then you're going to find your left hip wants to fall toward the earth. Ta-da! That's where the block comes in. Slip it under your left glutes. Press into your hands and hold here. Nice big tension releasing pose in the hips. Slip on down to your forearms if you want. Cross your hands, elbows wide to the side. Big inhale. Big sigh in through the mouth, exhale. Oh, let it go, let it go, let it go. Feel your shoulders go soft. No tension there. Breathe, send all that fresh oxygenated blood and breath to your hips. Widen through the hips. Send your space into the hips. Nice space so you can have more mobility when you go on that 10-minute walk today. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it go. Oh, it feels so good. This pose feels even better when you stay here for 5 minutes. Let's do that. We'll do that on Thursday and Sunday this week. All right, so press into your hands. Come out of your half pigeon pose. Come out the way you came in. Tuck your back right toes under. Send your left foot back to meet the right. Shake it out in a three-legged down dog. Shake out that left leg. How do your hips feel? Come back to a downward facing dog. All 10 toes down on your mat. Hips are high. Shake it out in your neck. Breathe. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Shoulders are soft, tailbone high to the sky. Let's do some things to strengthen our spine. Hinge forward into a high plank. Hold it here for a second and then bend your elbows. Lower all the way down to your mat. We're going to do our usual little sequence of 3 poses here to strengthen the spine. We'll begin with Cobra. Legs are long on your mat. Tops of your feet are on your mat. Zip up your legs like a cobra tail. Hands are under your collarbones. I guess this is like the fan of a cobra. Elbows to the sides of your room. Hands spread wide under your collarbones. Chin, nose, forehead down on your mat. Empty all the air out of your lungs. On an inhale, peel your shoulders on up. Gaze down your nose. Lift out of your chest like a cobra. You can press lightly into your hands. You can press into your fingertips. You can have no weight in your hands at all. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Squeeze your elbows back towards your feet. Lift a little higher and then finish. Come on down. Hands come down. Turn your head so your left cheek is on your mat. Arms go straight down by your sides. Shoulders away from your ears. Now, you're on your left cheek. Can you turn it a little bit more and bring your left ear onto the mat? Just those little things make a difference. Breathe. Floor bow is next. The pose is called Dhanurasana. Bring your chin back to the center of your mat. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Shake them out a little bit. Shake out your ankles. You can stay right here. Maybe just kind of pedal them. Or take it to floor bow. Take your hands, reach for the outsides of your ankles. When you're ready, wiggle the knees closer to the midline of your body. Heels can be nice and close towards your bottom. Empty all the air out of your lungs. All you're going to do here is kick hard into your hands. Just kick hard into your hands. Your chest is going to peel up. Kick harder into your hands. Gaze down your nose. Balance on your pelvis. Kick, lift, and then finish. Come on down. Done. Arms down by your sides. Legs go down. Turn your head to the right this time, or to the left. So you're on your right cheek or your right ear. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let it go. Your spine is strong. So important. One more pose for our spine. It's called almost like a pinnacle pose. I mean, this is a big one. It's called Camel, Ustrasana. Bring your chin back to the center of your mat. Bend your elbows again underneath your collarbones. Press on up through a pose called Seal. Straighten in the arms. How does this feel? Your hips. Remember how we said let them feel wide in your half pigeon? Same thing here. Think of your hips as wide. Breathe. Find space in your low back. Come on up now to a standing on your knees position. All right, standing on your knees. I like to bring a block between my heels for stability. So you're standing on your knees. What does that mean? Your shoulders are over your hips and your hips are over your knees. I like to place a block between my ankles. It kind of keeps me honest in my legs, keeping my shins parallel and right behind my thighs. Now, camel, a big one. Place your hands to your low back, like you're going into pockets of your jeans. Fingers are face down. Fingers are down toward the earth. Squeeze your elbows more towards your spine. Even this is a big deal. So maybe you stay right here. Remember what we said in the beginning. Don't do anything that feels extraordinarily awkward, because you don't want to hurt yourself. You got to take care of you. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. You're looking forward. Maybe you look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe you look even higher right overhead, but push your hips forward. Breathe here, stay here. Maybe you find that you can reach your hands for that block. Maybe you find that you can reach your hands for your heels and look back to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the back of your room. Hips are lifted. Place your hands back on your low back as you come back on up. Shoulders over your hips, makes you feel loopy. Remove your block, have a seat on your heels. Close your eyes, hands to your thighs. I'm gonna grab a drink, maybe you will too, or maybe you just got your eyes closed for this moment of reflection. All right, so how do you feel? Big pose. The loopiness gone. Open your eyes. Come on down. Let's do bridge pose. For your bridge pose, bring your eye shade and your little towel up by your shoulders. For your next pose, it's bridge. All right. Knees are bent. Soles of your feet are down. Hands to prayer. Come on back to recline because you are in control. Once all the way reclined, bring your heels up more towards your bottom. Arms down by your sides. Shoulders away from your ears. Press into your strong arms into the earth. Your feet, press them into the earth and lift your hips on up to the sky. Wiggle your shoulder blades together as if you're creating a little shelf for your heart. Feel like you lift your hips another mile higher. Arms are down by your sides. Lift here, hold here. You've got it. Let's press the weight into our left foot and lift our right foot up to the sky. Little pulses just for a moment of the right heel up to the sky. Finish. Right foot meets left. Readjust. Rebalance. Equal weight into both feet. Other side. Left leg lifts. Right foot really presses into the earth. Left heel up to the sky. Little teeny pulses just for a bit. And when you're ready, let's bring the left leg down to meet the right. Readjust. Weight into both feet. Hips go high. Whew. Slowly lower your spine down one vertebra at a time. Bring it all the way down, all the way down. Legs go long, upper body comes to a seated position. Send your legs long on your mat, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, reach forward. Reach for your toes or your calves or your ankles, whatever you can reach. Elbows hugged in, gaze down towards your knees. Inhale, come on up, shoulders over your hips, back to your back again. Lie down, fully reclined. Left leg long, left heel drives to the bottom of your room. Right knee bends, interlace fingers, hug the right knee in. Hug it in. You did half pigeon. You did a runner's lunge. There's tons of mobility in your hips. You've got it going on. You've got the energy. You've got the capacity for this activity. You have it. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of the body. Roll onto the left hip. Right shoulder stays down. Tee out your right arm and look to the right. Big twist. You did that big coat swing. You can do twists. You got it. Bring the right hip back down, knee up to the sky, hug it in one more time, then release the right knee long. Drive that right heel more to the bottom of your mat. Feel the right hip flexor stretch. Left knee bends, hug the left knee in, shoulders are down, hugging the knee in. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of your body as you roll onto your right hip. Tee out your left arm, keeping the left shoulder down. Maybe look toward the left side of your room or look even farther. Maybe even look to your hand. Whew. Work your neck. Breathe. Supine twist. Let's finish. Left hip comes down, gaze goes back up to the sky, so does the knee. Interlaced fingers, hug the left knee in. Left leg goes long to meet the right on your mat. Drive both heels down to the bottom of your mat. Now bend both knees, sending left knee to the left armpit, right knee to the right armpit. Rock a little bit from side to side. Create little circles on the ceiling with your knees. Let it feel good in your low back. Feel the distribution of that good feeling all across your low back. Circle the knees in the other direction, like the size of a plate maybe. When you're ready, it is time to finish. Send your legs long onto your mat. Spread your legs wide for a moment and spread your arms wide overhead as you come into a pentacle pose. You look like a big capital letter X. Take a big breath in here. Reach and point through your toes. Reach through your fingertips. Breathe, stretch. Everything is now nice and balanced and equal. Let's bring our arms down by our sides and our legs back to the midline. Little bit of space between the feet. Grab your eye shade and or your towel. Cover up however you like. It's nice to have the weight on the eyes and to block out all the light. It makes a wonderful difference. Palms face up or down, you decide. Pinky toes fall toward the earth as we come into our final Shavasana pose. Take a deep breath in. And a deep, deflating breath out. Let everything go. No more tension. Your body is spent. You've burned all that energy. You moved it a million different ways. Just what the body needs. Eyes are closed. Deep inhales and exhales. Let everything go. Any tension in your eyebrows or your forehead, just soften it. Same with your cheeks and your jaws, and even your tongue. Let the tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. This is your final Shavasana pose. Stay in this pose longer if you like. If it's time for you to conclude your hour, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just be aware of them and move the motion on up into your wrists and your ankles. And when you're ready, reach high overhead, point your toes to the bottom of the mat and reach your arms high to the top of the mat like you're just getting out of bed. First good morning stretch. As you exhale, bend your knees and your elbows and roll into a fetal position, onto one hip or the other. Low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. When you're ready, you can keep your eyes closed if that feels good. You can press on up with your hands or without to a seated position. Come to however is comfortable for you. Maybe the knees crossed feel good. Maybe you couldn't have done that earlier, but now you got that synovial fluid going. Maybe the knees bend pretty comfortably, or sit however works. Hands to prayer center in gratitude. Thumbs press slightly into your chest. Soften in the shoulders, lengthen up through the crown of your head. And then a big sighing exhale. Let it go. You did it. You did it. You finished. You ended. You accomplished. You concluded. You completed it. You won. Congratulations. Stress number you took in the beginning. What was it? And what is it now? You'll notice the stress number does come down, and that's a huge thing. Stress is a killer, isn't it? All right, sometimes things seem impossible until you just start little by little and you just get her done. The only time you can fail is if you don't even try. Just keep trying. Be consistent, be persistent, come back to your yoga. You totally got this. Right, Betty? Right, Stan? Right, Deanna? Right, Esther? Right, Tammy? Right, Lynn, Kelly, Tina, Rena, Margarita? You guys, thanks for being here. See you on your mats tomorrow. Don't stop. Just come. If you just come and sit on your mat, in a child's pose, that's great. You know, whatever works for you. You just got to make it work. All right. So have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye. Hey, you. What are you doing? Come here, Bonnie. Good girl, Bonnie. Good girl. Good girl. We love our dogs. Have a good day, everybody. Bye. It's that time of year, the time of year when you need to really stick with your yoga. Don't quit now. Don't get too busy doing other things that don't matter as much. Stick with your health. Stay with your health. I'm glad that you are here. I'm glad that you're still doing your yoga. It's an important thing to do. It's the best gift you can give yourself this holiday season. So why not share the gift? Tell your friends about our yoga. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. We are here every day of the week just for you, just for them to do yoga from the privacy of their own home so they can stay healthy during this busy, busy time of year. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. See you on your mats tomorrow. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you tomorrow. Don't quit. Stick with it.